Josh, why don't you read part 2 of yours? Okay, and we'll kind of see where time is.
Yeah, it's okay.
So this is an excerpt from my currently untitled debut novel. The 1984 pickup truck in that bleak, foggy Wednesday morning had seen better days. Paint was stripped all over, leaving behind a multitude of scroll marks on a canvas of rusted metal. Trails of black oil blotches followed the vehicle wherever it went. Smashed insects glazed the dashboard in oozing yellow splotches. Dead Luna moths, their wings torn into makeshift hooks, hung from the car grill like ornaments. The truck rumbled further for several miles, then made a sharp turn into a subdivision, where it advanced down the long rows of identical flats and screeched to a halt before one of them. A young, pale-skinned man, clad in a soiled yellow-collared shirt and denim jeans, exited the truck. He walked across the rubble, nougat sneakers that covered his blistered toes, placing his hands to his hips. The sharp cries of cicadas and the distant barking of a Rottweiler filled the air. "This is the place," the man said. He observed the dirt and grime jutting from the crevices of the flat's blood-red brick exterior. The mud-clogged drain pipe, running from the roof to the ground, reeked of the earthworms waggling in the untouched mounds of dirt within. The wind ruffled a man's short, spiked brown hair, which resembled a tiny patch of grass sprouting out of the top of his head. He casted a brief, thoughtless glance at the sky. His amber pupils shimmered in the sunlight. The man looked from the bright, scorching up above him to the flat again. The passenger door of the truck swung open. A tall but heavy woman joined alongside him, sporting a banana yellow top and lips smeared red. She too stared at the flat, twitching her nose in between flicks to her curly, unkempt blonde hair. "What were you thinking, Jonah?" the woman scoffed, crossing her arms. "It looks hideous." "Oh, just stop," Jonah said, rolling his eyes. "We haven't even seen the inside yet." They glanced over their shoulders at the pickup truck. Jonah cupped his hands to his mouth. "You coming or what, Thomas?" The vehicle trembled before the back door opened. A boy in a wrinkled baby blue Chicago Cubs shirt emerged. He hopped onto the gravel road with a sigh. "You guys aren't going to start screaming at each other again, are you?" he asked, glancing downward as he kicked a pebble. His hair was as blonde as the woman's, but shorter and bowl-shaped, while he and Jonah featured the same colored pupils. "What'd we talk about?" Jonah said. "Leave the grown-up stuff to us." He shook his head with a smile. Thomas blushed and looked away, managing a slight nod after some hesitation. "Okay." He joined the two adults as they approached the front door. The three of them walked together, side by side, and almost shoulder-length apart from one another. Yet they were still just as separate. The woman piped up. "Your old folks shouldn't have, Jonah." Fortunately, they did. Jonah fumbled in his pocket to retrieve a pair of silver keys, which he jangled in his fingers. Last will and testament. A pair of ancient-looking vases guarded the front door, which held drooping daffodils with gnarled petals and arid roots. Jonah stepped onto the porch. A cluster of creaks and groans below his feet greeted him. Another 2 steps later, the floorboard shuddered. Jonah's scream could not match the speed of his left leg crashing through splintering wood.